Those Cheerios you just mentioned?
Oh,
Yeah.
They're oh so good.
I know.
Nope, I'm starving myself since I haven't. Oh, I'm cleared to work out. I get to go back to the gym.
Is it
Lucky
starving
me.
yourself? Is that working for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I knew
You
if
look
I
the
couldn't
same.
work out, no, I lost probably about 8 pounds
Really?
just by not eating breakfast, waiting
See,
for.
this is what I'm worried. Probably about, or
Well, I'm saying it's
specifically?
more than 5 under 10, right? So.
Have you been keeping
so I
track
could've
of
said-
how much weight you
so-
lost?
okay, man.
So
So
I
I-
feel like you just.
So I could have said 7. I could have said 7, but I gave myself the extra 8, you know? I put it on the other side. All right. So the Niners gave Jimmy Garoppolo, his agents, permission to seek a trade. Who should be making the biggest push to get him, Harry?
Right at the top of my head, I think the Seattle Seahawks. I look at the Seattle Seahawks, and you look at who they have at the quarterback position. They have Drew Lock, and they have why am I drawing a blank right now?
Can't help you on that one. I forgot.
Geno
too.
Smith.
Geno Smith. Yeah.
They have Geno Smith. I do not believe. Now, I don't think the Seattle Seahawks are going to contend at a level to where you say playoff and they could potentially win a Super Bowl. No, I do not think that. But when I look at their roster, they do have a Tyler Lockett. They have a DK Metcalf. With the Russell Wilson trade, you have a Noah Fant, a young tight end that's up and coming. You have some pieces.
Jimmy gets something done over there.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't think I'm trying to figure out the mindset. And they have a run game, right?
I thought that's where Baker was going. I thought Baker was headed to Seattle.
But I don't see how Seattle's going to go into the season and say, okay, Geno Smith and Drew Lock are our quarterbacks.
Can't be. Cannot be.
Like, are they playing to get one of these young quarterbacks that's going to be entering the draft next year?
Unless they're doing that. Can't be unless they're doing that. Unless they're tanking the season.
But another
NFL
team-
doesn't do that really though.
Another team I would say, and it all depends on the Deshaun Watson and how he's suspended. If Deshaun Watson is suspended for a season, clear cut, I think the Cleveland Browns need to go get Jimmy Garoppolo because they have a Super Bowl roster, a team that can win right now. And it's not like the learning curve, learning the offense for Jimmy G will be at a steep point because Kevin Stefanski came from the Mike Shanahan tree.
Well, that's a great point.
So it's not like he had to learn
Can they afford
a new offense.
Garoppolo with all the money
I
they
don't
just
know.
paid Watson? If they could figure
See, I
out a
don't
way
know
to
the
do that,
logistics of it.
if they could figure out a way to do that, they could mess around and win the Super Bowl with Garoppolo.
Yes.
He came a pass away.
Can I give you another team that I think should aggressively approach it? And I'm sure people are going to tear this down, but I look at the Tennessee Titans. They're a quarterback away, it feels like, from going next level.
Yep.
And I like
That's a
Ryan
great one.
Tannehill, but seeing him in the postseason, a lot of the games that they've won is because they've had a dominant run game. And I look at Jimmy G, he's 4 years younger. He is a better game manager. And him with Mike Vrabel, that defense with the run game, the pieces feel like they work. And Tennessee is such an interesting team to me because I like Ryan Tannehill, but I don't believe Ryan Tannehill can get them over the hump where I've seen Jimmy G get his team to the Super Bowl in a similar style offense.
Know what I think? That's exactly right. But Harry, you know what I think what Jay is talking about, what the problem is? When it comes down to it, evaluators are very close to it. And sometimes they need to step back. Like in the media, we have a different perspective. We're removed from it. When you're close to it, if you see Tannehill and Jimmy G working out together, going through the paces, you're going to prefer Tannehill. He's bigger, faster, stronger, younger. He can throw it. It's the kind of stuff that when you step back and you look at the big picture, you go, but actually, Jimmy G is that
He's
dude.
a gamer.
He gets the ball
He's a
out
gamer.
quick.
You can literally make the argument, Max, that if a defensive back catches an interception in the NFC Championship game, the 49ers are going back to the Super Bowl again this year.
He actually, when you look at who's gone the farthest in the playoffs, the last two look healthy when they've been around. Jimmy G has been healthy 2 of the last 3 seasons. He came a pass away from winning the Super Bowl, and he came a play away from getting back to the Super Bowl.
So,
it's pretty good.
When they had the duos up there the other day, and I was on This Year Saying with you, I had a chance to think about it. And I don't know why Jimmy G
And
and
Debo.
Kyle Shanahan wasn't on that list.
The coach, you're right.
I don't know why they weren't on that list.
You're
Before a
right.
lot
What
of
was the
other
list?
people that was on that list.
What was the list?
Coach quarterback.
Top
duo.
coach quarterback duos in
So
the NFL?
so Mahomes and Andy Reid are light years ahead of everyone. And then the issue becomes we're not just talking about great quarterback, good coach, or great coach, okay quarterback. So like next is probably Rodgers and LaFleur, but they have not had playoff success.
Yep.
And then
Jackson
who
and
else?
Harbaugh?
I would have put
They were
McVay.
underrated. Jackson and
Jackson
Harbaugh
and
are
Harbaugh?
really underrated.
Should be-
But I would have to put McVay
And
Matthew
Stafford.
Stafford
Absolutely.
third
of course.
because they put all the chips in, and they bet on
They
Matthew
won it.
Stafford, and they went and won the Super Bowl.
Yep. Now, they
But
had
you know
more
who
than the Green Bay Packers.
You know who I'd have put fourth, though? Shanahan and Jimmy G.
Well, ahead of Jackson and Harbaugh?
I don't know about that.
They've gotten to a Super Bowl. Jackson and Harbaugh only
Listen.
have one playoff win.
Listen, what is indisputably true is that when you do like people try to say, well, it's not causation, it's just correlation. It's not because of Jimmy G. It's just, but let's do some correlation here. What you just said, they were to get last 2 times he's healthy, he gets farther than just about anybody else. Maybe the overall best resume, pass away from winning, and also get back, play away from getting back.
And
there.
then the 2020 when he got hurt, they were nothing. San Francisco.
Right. This is what I always say about him, guys. So look at Jimmy. If he's just a little bit above replacement, if he's okay, you can find a guy like that, and it's all Shanahan. Why is Shanahan's winning percentage like 25, 30% when Jimmy G's not there, but when Jimmy G is there, it's 65, 70%? It's flipped. Why is that? Because Jimmy G's doing something.
That's why I keep going back to Tennessee, because in return, if you got a guy like Ryan Tannehill who has that experience, he could be on the sideline to help nurture and build with a guy like, Trey Lance. Like that relationship could help.
Look
he can
at
help
this
build
list.
that. I don't know. It just yesterday talking to my boys about HD, it seemed like I don't know logistically how you make all that stuff happen.
And I don't think Tennessee would do it, especially drafting Malik Willis as well. But I was at that Cincinnati game, and I played for the Titans for 3 years, and I thought them getting the number 1 seed, I really thought they were going to the Super Bowl. But when you have the first pass of the game be an interception, you have the first drive of the second half result in an interception, you have the last play for you offensively of the game be an interception, and you sack the quarterback 9 times in a playoff game and you lose, it's hard for me to get over that.
Yeah, just average quarterback.
Man.
But look, average quarterback play wins. Put that graphic back up, guys, because we're on ESPN too, obviously, too. Look at this. So Mahomes and Reed so far, the best winning percentages of starting quarterback. Not really fair to compare to Brady and Staubach and Montana, because you don't have as long a run, right? And so it's sometimes easier if you have a good team together to have that high winning percentage. But it's still amazing what Mahomes and Reed. Brady and Brady.
But the only reason I will put Shanahan and Jimmy G above Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson is playoff success.
No, I'm not even comparing.
No, I'm just saying, period. Yeah,
I'm not comparing Lamar Jackson and Harbaugh to Garoppolo and Shanahan. What I'm saying is Shanahan and Garoppolo are on the all-time list.
Yes,
like, look at this. This is insane.
33-14.
Yep.
33 and 14. But again, guys, for a team like Joe Montana, 117 and 47, for a team that then had Steve Young. Okay, it's not fair because it was Steve Young, who also did very well when he left. Jimmy Garoppolo is 33 and 14 for a team that's basically 14 and 33 when he's not there. And he's not big, he's not fast, he doesn't have a big arm, but he reads defenses, he gets the ball out quick.
Can I tell y'all a story? So I think it was 2017 was my last year in the NFL, and we went on a West Coast trip. We played the Arizona Cardinals. I was with the Titans. We lost that game. We're going to San Francisco, and that's when San Francisco were losing a lot of games straight.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Garoppolo comes and played quarterback, and I think that's when they won, like 4 or 5 games at the
5
end
in
of
a
the
row.
year.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, why in the hell did Jimmy G have to come back and play the end of the season? Like, I literally said that on the sidelines. Like, why in the hell did Jimmy G have to come back during this season or during this game?
They couldn't buy a win all year. Jimmy G takes the ball 5-0.
Saying the dude finds a way to win.
Finds a way to win.
All the time.
Was 2-0 with the Patriots. Was 5-0 with San Francisco to start his career, and then he goes to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And look, I'm not saying Jimmy G is like the next best thing since sliced bread.
He's not, but he
like
knows how to win.
Yeah, but it's funny. A lot of people talk about, when you think about quarterbacks, what they can't do, right? And I feel like people naturally start there with Jimmy G because he didn't get them over the hump, instead of actually seeing the body of work and letting that speak for itself when he is healthy. Tell me about what your quarterback can do and how he makes your team better.
This is something that happens in life so often. Finds a way to win.
All the time.
Was 2-0 with the Patriots. Was 5-0 with San Francisco to start his career, and then he goes to the Super Bowl.
Yep. And look, I'm not saying Jimmy G is like the next best thing since sliced